Hey everybody, it's Eddie J. I'm crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope all is well with you and yours. What's good, what's good, what's good. So yeah, last night I was a little tied up. Couldn't do the show. I thought I was going to have enough time, but, family plans change. So, wound up hanging out. It's kind of fun. What do we have going on today? We've got a lot going on. Standard Chartered's Jeffrey Kendrick warns that Bitcoin could hit between 69 and 76.5. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to kid you. That could happen. I was talking about it over the weekend, last week. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Again, Knox Bill, what's good? Why can it happen? Well, it's not going to just be because of tariffs. It's also going to be because of shorting of Bitcoin. Chicano, what's going on? So what you've got people that are selling off on the ETF side, right? A little bit, and then going out and buying futures and basically leading up to a short squeeze. Oh, that's fun. That's a nice little arbitrage they got going on there. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of that going on right now. So it's not just the tariffs. I mean, yeah, when the tariffs hit, an immediate drop. But there were some people that actually made money before things were said. There has been research out there that said that there was an account that I think it made $100 million because it bought just before the reserve announcement. Now, being that there weren't so many accounts that did that, they were either extremely lucky or you have some insiders having fun. Just saying. Just putting that out there for you. That's not conspiracy theory. You can actually go look that up. You can actually go out there and do on-chain analysis and go see it. So yeah, something to think about. Then you've got whales buying $2.5 billion worth of XRP and Cardano. I love them both, so I don't know that's a bad deal. But they purchased $2.16 billion worth of XRP and $345 million worth of Cardano. And that's amid all the market volatility. I don't think there's anything going on there. I think that they're just buying because, especially since they're going to be a part of this reserve. Again, the only thing I'm waiting for the reserve is how and when. That's all we're looking for. How and when. Right? Because everybody wants to know, well, where's that money going to come from that you're going to put in this reserve, being that you just trying to cut taxes by $4.5 trillion, which would raise our debt, right? So right now our debt is about $37 trillion. Listen, what are we doing here? We're at a point where I don't know that the United States can repay its debt. Frankly, I'm looking across the world. I don't know how anybody across the world can pay their debt. So things are going to change. And I'm hoping they're not abruptly. You know what I mean? Like certain things can happen abruptly. We don't want that. And then we're hearing that blockchain development is actually picking up. That is actually a really, really good thing. That's a really good thing. You're seeing increased development on Ethereum, increased development on Avalanche. That ought to tell you something. That really ought to tell you something. Then you've got Vietnam using blockchain for a halal market. And it sounds kind of weird until you realize, yeah, no, this is the future of blockchain technology. Which blockchain? BSV, it looks like. So apparently in Vietnam, you have a lot of fake halal food outlets. And so what they're going to do is they're going to use blockchain to certify the products. Interesting. So now you know if the product is real or not. That's kind of cool. The practical use of blockchain. That's what we're talking about. And that's, tiny little Vietnam doing their thing, doing what they got to do. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, we're going to have more. We're going to have more integration. Absolutely. Absolutely more integration. And then you've got scalable blockchains could prevent financial crashes. And I don't know that it can create financial crashes, but we would be more alerted to certain events, right? Because you'd be able to see it all. You'd be able to track it all, except for those OTC transactions. But blockchain technology to stop certain crimes, that could be a very big deal. A very big deal. The IMF is opposing the moves by El Salvador because El Salvador is mining and buying Bitcoin. And they're like, well, we said we'd give you this money if you don't do that. Bukele is like, I don't care. I don't care. And so he's continuing. I'm kind of like, you took the money, man. You took the money. Or you're taking the money. I think it comes in tranches, right? And I'm sitting back and I'm just going, well, yeah, I don't know about that. But he's trying to make moves for the future of his country. But if you take somebody's money, you should do what you agreed to do. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on that. I'll say this though. I don't appreciate IMF or the IMF International Monetary Fund. I'm sorry, trying to push their weight around in that regard. I do have a problem with that. That's not a cute thing. You want to know something that's probably not really cute for people, and people are probably going to catch an attitude over it. So the CFPB was pretty much gutted. There's a new head or interim head, whatever you want to call them. And now the CFPB and you can see the abrupt change in what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is doing. They brought a lawsuit back in December against JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Zelle. Those are the big backers of Zelle, money transferring service. And they alleged that there was about $870 million lost to fraud over the past 7 years, or the previous 7 years, using their app, using Zelle. And that case has now been dropped. I want you to stop and think about that. They had a case. They brought a case, and now the case has been dropped. What's that say to you? Do you think there are changes going on at the CFPB? Again, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Do you think there are major changes there that make it seem like, yeah, we're not necessarily, that's where we are right now. That is where we are right now. And when you stop and you think about that, $870 million in 7 years, that's over $100 million. Okay? Over $100 million a year to fraud consistently over the past 7 years, on average, just by using Zelle. And what that says is, keep doing what you're doing. It's okay. And I'm sitting here and I'm just looking at that and I'm just saying to myself, banks are going to be allowed to get away with a lot of things. A lot of things. And that right there is not really a good thing. Right? It makes you wonder what else is there. The shackles are going to be taken off banks. And then I sit there and I just kind of say, so what kind of crisis are we going to be headed toward now? There are supposed to be checks and balances, and it looks like for the banking industry, there aren't going to be any. It honestly looks and feels like that. So I don't know. So unless it's a blatant crime, and even then, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And when you look at crypto, you're kind of like, well, traditional finance is involved in crypto now, and they're doing traditional finance stuff within the crypto space, and that affects the price of crypto. The only way to fight back against that is for retail investors like you and me to go out there and buy crypto. Just buy, and start using it. That's going to be the only way. These people are just, they have big boatloads of money, and they're able to do things that the normal person can't. And if we don't want a repeat of that system, we're gonna have to do something about it. Right? I mean, using Bitcoin is big. Using any coin that's not centrally governed, that's going to be the big deal going forward. That's going to be the big deal going forward. The only issue I see is that you need a network of independent nodes running a blockchain, right? If it's a company that controls most of that network, if not all, then that's not going to work either. So we've got to be conscious of what we're using and what we're putting into the space, right? And there was so much news that happened last night. A 2-hour speech, and in 2 hours didn't really say anything new. Just kind of repeated what was said before. Length doesn't mean anything. Again, I'm looking for how things are going to happen. I mean, right now, I don't understand how you can tell a committee they've got to cut $800 million or $800 billion from their budget or whatever that number is without touching Medicare and Medicaid. That's what's going on. So 71%, apparently 71% of the population in the United States does not agree with touching Social Security or Medicare, Medicaid rather, and especially Social Security. And 100% of a particular party voted 100% for it. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, but that's the only part that, like, Social Security is not paid for by the government. It's directly paid for by the people putting money into it. And even then, it only goes up to $176,000. Meaning, if you make $177,000, that $1,000 above does not get taxed for Social Security. It only goes up to $176,000. How many people are out there making more than $176,000? They're not paying that into there. That would have taken care of it. That would have taken care of a lot of things. But instead, they're going to go after that. And I'm sitting back and they're saying that is going to cause an economic problem in the United States. Think about what's going on. It's a multi-pronged attack on the regular person. We're going to call for tariffs, huge tariffs against countries that we depend on for power, for goods, for everyday items, for cars, for a lot of different things. 25% tariffs. Okay. I saw a story once, and it was about David and Goliath. And Goliath wasn't a giant. He was just a giant of a man. Think Shaquille O'Neal size. Flavio in the house. Fourth GMB rule on news. When and how. Wow. You know what? I guess you're right. I think you're right. We're going to have to adopt that. Because the first 3 rules are do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Anyway, the story. Goliath was a big man. David was a small man. And David knew how to use a slingshot. Slingshots back in the days were military weapons, right? I saw this video, and the guy was like, yeah, those slingshots could like hit birds out of the sky. There was a reason why they walked around with them. They were deadly weapons. And I was like, wow, that's a big deal. So here's little Canada. You have Canadian stores, especially liquor stores, going throughout the store, pulling off everything from the United States. You have the Canadian government saying, oh, well, we have billions to spend on infrastructure. Not a single United States company is going to get a dime out of that. Bye-bye to billions of dollars worth of opportunities. They haven't pulled this lever yet, but did you know that there are certain states in the United States that get a good portion of their power, including New York State, good portion of their power from Canada? From Canada. I have a problem with trade wars, and these tariff wars are going to go further and further and further. So right now it's Canada, Mexico, China. There's talk of Europe. Not even talk of Europe. There's a plan for introducing tariffs against Europe. What is this doing? It's spreading turmoil. It's going to cost Americans a lot more money to do simple things. The message to farmers last night, well, there'll be a little bit of an adjustment. just give me some time. It'll be a little bit of an adjustment. There are farmers out there shooting videos and putting them on social media talking about a little bit of time. What do you mean a little bit of time? We're feeling it already. It's not good. There are other ways to negotiate contracts than just going out there and starting wars, starting fights. There are ways to push harder without doing something like this, causing more problems. So grocery prices, we were supposed to go down, right? Not going down. Everything's about to go up. Want a car? Car price is going to go up. Car parts are going to go up. A lot of things are going to go up. All of this is going to affect the global economy. It's not just going to affect the United States. People need to stop thinking that. This is why I look at news from around the world. This is going to have a global impact. And what goes around comes around. I'm just saying. So if you're not investing, if all you're doing is saving, remember, what is saving? Saving is giving somebody else your money so that they can go make money off of your money. And maybe they'll give you a little piece. They'll give you a little taste. That's saving. Investing is taking your money and having your money go make money for you. All of it. Go make money for you. That's investing. Savings, giving your money to somebody else so they can make money. Investing, making money, having your money make money for you. It's a very big difference. A very, very, very big difference. And I suggest we all learn it. Times are going to get tough. Not to mention that we've got tens of thousands of government employees now pounding the pavement looking for jobs. Now pounding the pavement looking for jobs. Highly qualified people. That's great. So whoever was looking for a job now, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder. So just saying, we need to stop and think about what we're doing and how we're doing it. You want to raise taxes? You want to go into tariff wars? When is it going to change? And how is it going to make a difference? Tell me. When is it going to change? How is it going to make a difference? Tens of thousands of employees leaving the government workforce doesn't make a dent in the almost $37 trillion worth of debt that we have as a country. Not even close. That's like a day? Seriously, I mean, look at the amount of debt that's going on. And these are all things that we have to contemplate right now. Right now. Right? Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Dry powder and investing. That's what we're all going to have to do. We're all going to have to do that. So if you have friends that don't know anything about investing, tell them about the Grow My Bag community. Tell them to join this community because we're all teaching each other different tips and tricks on what we're doing to invest. This isn't a get-rich scheme or anything like that. We're each trying to do things. 9 times out of 10, I'm talking about crypto. I'm talking about, business management, that kind of stuff, because I invest in businesses. I invest in crypto, right? I have my own businesses. That's what I do. Do I keep a lot of money in the bank for savings? No, I don't. I keep some for cash to pay bills, and I invest the rest. Because right now I can see, I kept telling people the later portion of this year is going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough. I think those making money are going to be those that have money. So think about that. Those that make money are going to be the ones that have money. So right now, invest so that you have money. Just saying. But you know what we should do? Let me move my notes out of the way. We should actually get into the numbers, right? And I can't believe that that whole time I did not have the logo up. You guys didn't tell me the logo wasn't up. Hey, Eddie, the logo's not up. Doesn't matter now. Because now I've got to do a whole bunch of stuff. People are so mean to me. My gosh. Yo, Hutanic, if we're going to talk politics, then I hope they break the system that's... No, we're not talking politics. I wasn't talking about politics. I was talking about how we are affected by policies economically. Our bags. I don't care about politics as much as I care about our bags. That's what I'm talking about. It's not a political conversation. I told you guys before, I'm not going to talk politics. I'm going to talk about if there are things going on in the government that are going to affect our bags, I'm going to talk about the things that are affecting our bags. But to your point, you ain't wrong. I'll say that. I will say that. And except you are wrong about one thing. The system isn't broken. People keep saying that. People keep saying the system is broken. The system is not broken. It's working as expected. It's just not working for you. Me. Most of us. Look at how far the wealthy are moving away from the not wealthy. You got two pieces. Wealthy, not wealthy. Who's in the not wealthy bucket? The rich. If you're not wealthy, you are poor. It's just what level of poor are you? But if you're not wealthy, you are poor, period. The rich work for the wealthy. The poor work for the rich. There are two pieces of rich, and they've all but disappeared. The rich that are going to be poor and the rich that are going to be wealthy. And they are not in control of those circumstances. I'm just putting that out there for you. So yeah, the wealthy and the poor, period. And people are going to get mad at me for saying that. It is what it is. They can get mad as they want. You know I'm speaking facts. ADP unemployment comes out today. Factory orders comes out. ISM service comes out. And the Fed Beige Book. We already know that we're not getting great economic data back. I think the Fed is going to be squeezed into a position where they might have to do something drastic. And that's not what they want to do. I think the best thing the Fed could do is just sit and wait. I think that's the best thing the Fed could do. Sit and wait. Just don't touch anything. Don't do anything. Let things play out. Because if they start acting now, it'll be too soon for anything. And if they act too late, like that's the precarious position they're in. Take too long to act and you're not in a good position. That's what they did the last time. Act too soon and then you run out of levers to pull when things really go bad. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Fear and greed index up from 15 to 20. I think it's going to drop again. Just saying. Total value locked. We're still under 100. Let me see. Let me refresh this just to make sure. Come on, let's go. But that number seems right. Oh no, we're at 104,743. So we're above a little bit. Not much. Still makes me happy that yeah, we're above 100. Above 100 is a good thing. We've seen below. We don't like below. And here we are. I'm just following the lines. Right? Look at that. We a comeback and then more talk about, what was it? Tariffs. And we dropped again. So we're building back up again. How far does that go? I mean, we're a far cry from where we were. Look at that. This is where we were. This is where we are now. Well, technically, this is where we are now. This is the yellow is the 20-day moving average. Orange is the 200-day moving average. So this is where we are. Well, no, there's the red right there. That's where we are now. Okay. Are we really that far away? Not really. We're really not that far away. It's not that deep. People are freaking out, losing their minds, and I'm like, it's not that deep. It's not. It's not. And right now I'm looking at everything as an opportunity to buy. An opportunity to move. That's what I'm thinking of. That's all I'm thinking of. It's an opportunity to move, make it happen. That's it. So just saying, invest, don't save. Looking at the big board, you see a lot of things that are up. Cardano, XRP's up a bit. But all of this, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. But invest. Invest, don't save. Looking at the big board, yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. Amazingly enough, XRP is still doing well. Cardano is doing amazingly well. I mean, look at that. Did you see this? Did you see this? Did anybody see this? Cardano bunny hop doge. See how close that is? Cardano bunny hop doge. Wow. That's amazeballs. Has anybody been watching Hedera just move up the chain at number 12 now? Wow. You're seeing big moves. Big, big, big moves. I still haven't done research on this one yet. Still have not. It's like a wheel out of balance. The faster you go, the harder it vibrates. Yup. It's about to shake the car to pieces. It is time to change a tire, but what does that mean? It's nice to use little things like that, but what does it mean? What needs to change? How do we change it? That's the problem. That's the problem. They keep everybody guessing, except for the wealthy. Wealthy they know exactly what's going on. Everybody else is guessing. Keep everybody guessing. Keep everybody fighting against each other. Hopefully we get to a point where we understand what's going on. Like those people that are investing, starting to understand what's going on. I'm telling you now, we're at in my head, I'm at a point where if we don't invest, we're not going to be able to have anything. That's a tad bit scary. To me, that's a tad bit scary. If you don't invest, you're not going to be able to put food on the table. Right? So that's what I have a problem with. Mr. Crypto Walk, I don't even know what that question means. So I'm not even going to bother to try to answer. Don't know what that means. Beat Score, rise and shine. Trustless blockchains. How? I'm not saying you're wrong. You're not. There are things that we could do. How? That's the what. How? We have to get people to adopt. How do you get people to adopt? Well, you get your money faster, you move faster, everything happens faster. Start being able to pay for things with Bitcoin, with different coins that are out there. Bitcoin moves too slow. Use Cardano. It's fast, it's cheap, it's secure, it's resilient. I think Cardano is actually cash register ready. I think it's fast enough for cash register readiness. Oh, that's what you're asking on the list. What's 10 and 11? These are my favorites. So that's why you don't see it. Give me a moment. Let's see if we can get there real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Tron and Pi. Tron and Pi. I'm not messing around with Pi. I'm just not. Something about Pi just disturbs me. It could be a good thing. It really could be a good thing. I'm not touching Pi. I'm just not. Not right now. I don't know. But it's been moving up the chain. Okay, cool. Still not touching it. There are other things that I trust that I'll touch those. I'm all right with that. Am I messing around with Justin Sun? No. Tron? No. It's not happening. There's so many other coins. Look at my favorites, right? Look at my favorites. From 1 to 9, skip 10 and 11, and then from 12 to 26. I'm just saying. I don't even know what that means, Titanic. Don't know what that means. That's the fix for systems that encourage pyramid structures. Pyramid schemes is what you mean? Is what you're alluding to? Is that what you mean? Not sure what you mean by that. Which comment? Remember, there's a delay in what I say and what you're typing. Sometimes there's a delay, so you got to give me the whole thought, or else I'll get lost, right? But yeah, there are certain coins that I'm interested in. There are certain coins I'm not interested in. If for me, I'm holding, a lot of these, right? So if I'm holding a lot of those, I'm not worried about these, right? What are they doing that's going to surprise me? Not much. But Pi has blown by a lot of really strong projects to get to where it's at. I'll say that. There's work that went into it. How much work, all that good stuff. Something to think about. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I'm thanking you so much for showing up. I greatly appreciate it. I think we're going to have to, the only time I'm going to do a pre-recorded show is if I have early morning meetings, because then I can't keep the 6:30, but I'll at least record the show, right? I do expect to have the show tonight. I do not expect to be all too busy. For my big baggers, we are going to have the meeting Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will get out the invitation today for sure. Pyramid structures that anyone at the top controls, decentralized, is not a pyramid. It scales. Yeah, you called it structures. You mean pyramid schemes. Because, yeah, they're pyramid schemes. Yay, FAO boss. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you guys because you guys give me comments and suggestions and conversations like Hutanix giving us conversations about, the kind of structures we should have that build, that scale, and versus the ones that don't, that are controlled by the top. If you look at it right now, the wealthy sit right there at the top of the pyramid and everybody else, and it's a very broad base. Everybody else is poor. Just saying. So there's something that we're going to have to do, and I think crypto is the way to do it. How? Start using crypto. Start asking your local businesses, hey, when are you going to start accepting crypto for payment? How do you think credit cards grew? This is how you have to create demand, and then they'll do it. If we as a group demand it, they'll do it. And if you own a business and you want to do it and you don't know how, give me a call. Give me a call. We consult and stuff like that. We're really good at it. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for your time, your patience, and most of all, your trust. This is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what we do over here. Tell your friends about us, smash the likes, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.